So, I'm kind of thinking, or at least planning, the next tank, because there is a next tank coming. I've said it in the past, but most people just think you're just talking. There will be a new tank coming. That's 100% confirmed. And I guess let me pause the video and get something real quick. So basically, I'm at school right now. I'm in advanced woodworking, and this is the first project we're working on. And it's a nightstand, but why turn it into a nightstand when it can be an aquarium stand? And it's probably the most durable, like, best built nightstand you could ever have. I mean, the amount of, like, support this thing has, I mean, it doesn't need half of this stuff on it. But it's basically just a very sturdy stand, and it can definitely hold a tank. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So I forget how high it is, like 28 inches. I think it's basically as tall as this desk, which is probably normal height for a desk. So you kind of compare it like that. But if I could find you could kind of see yeah, like right here, this is what it basically looked like. You have 2 doors, 1 drawer at the top, and a top that's 20 by 24. But besides that, and I was talking about getting the Fluid Flex 15 because it had the light, it was basically all in one, except for, all the obvious stuff. Filter, everything. But that's like 140, 150. It's gonna be 200 by the time we get everything. Probably around legit, probably 225 by the time we even have it, and that's not even including plants. By the time we have everything we need to set up it, we have all the substrate, heater, just everything we need that I think of. Then I got thinking, I saw this Innovating Marine. You've seen it on BRS. They kind of advertise these tanks. Well, obviously, they have these tanks. Usually, their tanks have like a back, like kind of like the Flex and Specs. They have like a back chamber where like back here is the filter too. But those cost more money. And they actually make these tanks that are just rimless, and they have the back painted black. So basically, it's just a rimless tank that's the back is black. And for a 20 gallon, now this is 5 more gallons. It's 105, basically 106 if you add a penny. And if you think about that, it wouldn't be nothing to put. Obviously, the light, the stuff to put on here, the most expensive thing is gonna be the light. And obviously, we're gonna talk about everything I want to get for this tank. If I end up going with this, which probably will, because once you see the price differences, you'd much rather go with this. So this is obviously 106 rimless tank, 5 stars. So I'd get that. The light I'm thinking of is the Finex 24/7. They have the 24/7 SE, which is a little more nicer. It's one of the newer ones, and I do like it a lot. But it's about $100 for a 24-inch. Because if you see this, and you guys can tell me if this would fit, I'm pretty sure it will. But it's 23.6 long. So this is 24. I mean, it's 0.6, so it's like it should fit perfectly fine. If I'll look up videos, you see how it attaches. It should be perfectly fine. But basically, that's $72.95 for that light. And I could probably find it cheaper, who knows, but Amazon's kind of my go-to. My next thing would be a Fluid M series, which is on this tank. kind of zoom in, focus that light. I mean, not light, that heater. Um, Obviously, sexiest heater you could probably get out there. It might not be like the most reliable or even the best out there, but you gotta admit it looks pretty good. So yeah, it sucks that like the flex so you can hide stuff be inside or even the other marine innovative marine tanks that have the back chambers where you can just hide stuff. But really, that heater looks so good that and plus plants can cover over time, so it's not even an issue. Now basically, for it to not get expensive, I don't want to buy a lot of ADA soil. So basically I just decided to get the ADA powder because that'll help. It's I would get the regular and then put the powder on top, but that's gonna be like $100 to do that. And so basically said the 9 liter would give you 4 inches, which I don't even know 4 inches. I mean it would be helpful, but so I got the 3 liters. That should give me maybe an inch and a half, an inch, which is, I mean, that's perfectly fine. It's not like we're gonna, I mean, there's not gonna be a lot of I mean, there's gonna be plants. I mean, that's the whole purpose of this tank, but it should be perfect plant. And I got the powder type, which is more expensive. That's just to help for, the lower plants like dwarf hairgrass, S. repens. They grow better in powder, so might as well just do the whole thing powder. If I'm not gonna get, I was basically gonna choose one, the regular powder. We'll just do powder. And then for filter, I decided with Aqua Clear 50, 30, and that's $32.99. And I could put the 50 on here. It could be a potential upgrade one day, but a 30, everybody knows it, especially if you have a planet tank. A 30 would do just fine. I mean, I'd rather have a 50 on there. That'd be pretty cool. This tank has 250s, but and then for the aquascape, it obviously plants will come over time. That's not like the biggest thing right now. It's the biggest thing is setting up the tank. But I would do Dragonstone, about 10 pounds. I'm gonna probably get that from Rachel O'Leary. She probably sells it for more, but legit, she'll probably give me, at least I'm getting pieces that I actually want. She'll show me the pieces I'm getting. I think she sells it for like $4.50 a pound, which is, for 10, that'd be $45, but I'll do that any day, honestly. She does a good job picking out stuff. But yeah, and this will fit perfectly on the stand. I mean, how wide is this? I forget the width. So it's a length times, so it's 15. That's obviously perfectly fine. So the length, okay, I was just trying to think for a second, but height is 13. I actually like that it's a little bit lower. I mean, it's a 20-gallon. I kind of like the shape of it. And except it's so low, and having the Finex 24/7, which is a really good light, this thing's gonna be so good on this tank. You kind of showed there, it's on a rimless tank there, so that's how we know it. We know this light's gonna be perfectly fine for this. If you look at the picture, I actually realized that it has these screws, so it looks like you just kind of screw it so it's tight against your glass. So that makes it nice. It says it comes with a controller. I don't know if the controller is necessary, or it just comes with it, but really don't need a controller. Oh, I'm dumb. It's this. This is the controller. I thought it meant because the Vortex come with controllers, kind of like if you see on King of DIY, it has those controllers added to them. But this is the controller. I get mixed up with all those other stuff. But yeah, that's basically just a rundown of what my new tank will be. Oh, I was gonna say final price. Basically, we said $225. Basically, a rough estimate for the Fluid Flex 15. If we did that, all this it'd be about, just to get it set up and with water in it, it's gonna be about $270. Which, if you think about it, would you rather want a Fluid 15 that it's probably the best looking kit out there, and probably the most efficient. But would you rather have that with a hood and it really doesn't look that impressive? Or would you rather have a rimless tank that just looks amazing in person with water in it, and have, you know, a pretty sexy light with a modern sleek fluid out clear filter with a good looking heater. I mean, I would take that any day for a little, even though it's a little more money. But yeah, this video is getting kind of long, but the quick rundown of how I guess we can kind of, in this computer is my school computer, so which they unblocked YouTube, so I might actually get a camera and start uploading if I can. I don't know if that'll, but as you can see, like, quick example, a rimless tank, if we can find a good one. Some people don't have the best looking tanks out there. I just choose this one. But you can kind of see how much better it looks like having a rimless tank like that. What are those, roseline sharks? That's kind of like what I'll do with dwarf hairgrass. Then I'll have a dragonstone. I'm pretty sure I'll have a really cool scape with dragonstone and have some dwarf hairgrass. Don't know what other plants. You can kind of see, like, here, like, has a lot of cool colors, like stuff like that. I like that. I forget what is. I think that's Rotella, Japan. I think that's, like, this is a really good one right here. Like, I just like how it's like different colors. Like, I don't want just green. I want some of these cooler red plants. We'll definitely be able to grow those when we have a way better light. Because the Phoenix, that light's gonna be better than that light, even though it's a little cheaper, but that's because it's smaller. But let me type something real quick and then we'll end this video. This ain't exact, but this is kind of the example of how this is ADA with Dragonstone. So it just gives you kind of an example, like kind of what I'm doing here. That's an ADA tank too. It looks like the 7.5 gallon. But I want to do kind of a more like a, that's cool. If I can even see, that's actually kind of cool. I don't know if I'll have enough substrate to like elevate it like that, but I definitely want to do something different. Definitely do a cooler scape than, I mean, this scape is really as good as it gets with Serious Stone, but Dragonstone, I think we can do something really cool. King of DIY did a really cool, when he did his planet setup, that's kind of what I want to do. But yeah, guys, that's basically gonna be the video. If you have any questions or you want to recommend anything that you, or say anything you saw in this video, definitely put that in the comments. The tank's doing perfectly fine. I like filming my phone, but my phone doesn't have all my editing stuff. But makes this tank look better. But still perfectly fine, perfectly clear. Everything's doing fine. But yeah, comment, like, subscribe, and anything for Planted Monday and Top 5 Friday. Any recommendations, put that in the comments. And yeah, and I'll see you on the next one.